As far as heating goes, you have a couple of choices. You need a hot side and a cool side. So you can use underheat pads, like ZoomMed. I know has them, a lot of different names out there that you plug in. If you're going to use those, you do absolutely need a thermostat, and that's what I use. And you do need a thermostat so that and because I find that even though I'm using the thermostat, I find that I end up having to change it and adjust it. Not all the time, but sometimes. So you just want to keep that available so that they don't get real hot and burn your gecko. They do like it hot, but they don't want it as hot as a kitchen stove. And if you're going to use the overhead lamps, you can certainly do that. Make sure you're using a red light bulb so that you don't disturb their eyes because they are nocturnal. So you don't want to. They really don't like really bright light, and that stresses them out. And you don't want to. You don't want to do that. So let's see. Another thing, you want to make sure you have a thermometer in there. If you're not using a thermostat, you want. Now I use a heat gun, as you saw, to check my temps. To me, they're just so much more reliable than any thermometers. I've used digital, I've used probes, I've used everything. The heat gun to me has just been outstanding for all of my animals. As feeding, I guess I want to talk a little bit about what I feed my African fat tail. I hand feed my geckos, my fat tails, and I give them these right here. Can't really see them. That is a dubia roach. I think the correct way to pronounce it, because the I and the A is dubia, but most people just call them dubias, and they love them. Absolutely love them. Now, if you have African fat tail geckos, you know it is very, very difficult to get them switched over from crickets. They didn't do it for a while. It took about a month. Every other day, I would just put one in there. And I'm going to tell you that also helped them start just picking up weight. Right now, she's at 56, 57 grams, somewhere around there. And her weight just really took off when I put her on the Dubias roaches. I do have a colony that I started. I got my roaches from Moose, was it 9009, I think. You can look him up, or his website is Greg's Exotics, and that's how I started them. Really, really good, source of food. They're very healthy. You do need to gut load them, and I do gut load them with my own recipe, my roach chow, and they love it. I also feed. I have not been able to get them to eat mealworms. I will tell you that. So I didn't really push it, though I do breed mealworms as well. I didn't push it with them because I figured they'll eat a ton of them. So I just pretty much have the Dubai roaches for them. So that's feeding. I feed about every 3 days. Every other day, just depending. Sometimes it depends on what she eats the last time. If I feed her one day and she only eats maybe 2 or 3, then I'll wait a day or 2. And then if I feed her and she eats, 6 or 7, then I won't feed her again. I'll only give her that and stop. And then the next day I'll offer her a few more.